Investigators say they found more remains of a man identified as a victim of suspected serial killer Herb Baumeister.
Our Emily Longnecker has been following these developments closely.
And she now reports from the University of Indianapolis tonight, where they've helped police identify the remains that they found at that farm so far.
Yeah, you know, this is a case with a lot of history. We know that in the mid-90s, investigators identified 8 people from the thousands of bones and bone fragments found on Herb Baumeister's Westfield property, but many of those remains were unidentified for the past almost 3 decades, and they've sat here on a shelf at the University of Indianapolis. And today, the Hamilton County coroner announced that they've matched another remain to one of those 8 original people.
The process hasn't been an easy one.
These remains are 30 years old. They've been burnt, they've been crushed, so that makes our DNA efforts difficult.
Still, the Hamilton County coroner says they were able to recently identify another remain belonging to Jeffrey A. Jones, one of more than likely 24 men who were alleged victims of suspected serial killer Herb Baumeister. Investigators already identified some of Jones' remains almost 30 years ago. Now, there are more.
I think it's important that we give the opportunity to these families to bring as much of their loved one home.
That's why just over a year ago, Hamilton County Coroner Jeff Jellison reopened the case to try and identify thousands of unidentified remains recovered from Baumeister's property. It started with a call for people with male family members missing from the mid-'80s to mid-'90s to submit DNA samples. Investigators hope to match those samples to DNA profiles from remains tested by the Indiana State Police. Early on, investigators ID'd more remains from Manuel Resendez, who, like Jones, was already positively identified in the mid-'90s. Then last year, a brand new identification of Alan Livingston after his family provided a DNA sample. According to the coroner, this latest match to a remain belonging to Jones didn't come from a family DNA sample. Instead, the FBI discovered it after taking the DNA profile from the remain and putting it into a database, tracking DNA profiles from genealogy websites. Right now, investigators still have 4 DNA profiles with no matches to any DNA samples from family members of suspected victims. They're hoping the FBI will find a match the way they did with this latest remain.
The power of genetic genealogy in this type of investigation just really just adds to our ability to identify unidentified people.
And coming up tonight at 6, we'll tell you the Hamilton County coroner's plans for the remains that go unidentified or that no one ever claims. He says it will be a way to honor these alleged victims. At the University of Indianapolis, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
Thank you, Emily. Baumeister left the country for Canada after his son discovered a skull in the family's backyard, and that's where he ended his life by suicide.